Welcome back, guys. This is Trying Things with Tay, and we are going to be reviewing Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 7, Episode 5. Let's get into it, because there's a lot to get into. This episode, we open with Candace and Ashley, and as you know, there was this whole season where Ashley and Candace didn't get along because Candace threw a butter knife at Ashley at a dinner that Chris had for them at the house, so they've been beefing kind of ever since. They don't get along, but here they are trying to mend fences and talk it out. And they had a little nice kiki session about how Giselle is messy. We already knew that. Candace already knew that. I don't know why she, So they're still trying to play this angle that Chris is sliding into DMs and hollering at people. And as we learned before, that text to Ashley is sliding into DM wasn't really a sliding into a DM. But they try to play this angle and they trying to mend fences. But the real tea of this episode is them going to the winery for this burn session that Wendy is hosting. And so we all know that traditional housewives going to the winery is never just gonna be good. If y'all have been watching the previous seasons, y'all have seen every time they go to a winery, it ends in disaster. If y'all are Housewives fans, then you know going to a winery should just be off limits. To be quite honest, if you are not the best and tightest of friends with a person, I think you should leave wineries off the menu of activities of things to do, because I don't know what it is about sunshine and wine mixed together, or fall and wine mixed together, or winter and wine mixed together. But listen, if that's not your man, 100 grand, just say no thank you and don't go. Okay? All right? Guys, that's just my personal tip. But if you want that story, I'll tell it on TikTok. Follow me there. Listen, so anyway, they get in the car, and you had the good scenes of everybody in the vans, and they're telling their story, and they're trying to figure out what Wendy's plan is for the burn session. And honestly, Wendy didn't have a plan for her burn session either, because she's supposed to be there taking accountability. But as we know, when you throw out that word accountability, no accountability is going to be taken. None. Just none. Just if anybody ever invites you to an accountability session, I would suggest not going, because nobody's going to be accountable for anything. They're going to be mad. They're going to be angry. They're going to be on the defensive. So we get to the winery, and so Robin goes, I'm just going to be messy. I'm just going for the tea. Like, soon as she gets in the car. So her attitude is already stink. She has no intentions of going there with a positive attitude. We get to the winery. We get to this burn session, okay? The session is supposed to be about taking accountability. Mostly, I guess, for Wendy, because she invited them, right? She's trying to mend the fences with the girls. But everybody got a little bit of beef this season. Ashley and Candace, Giselle and Wendy, Giselle, Candace, Giselle, Mia, Giselle, Wendy, Giselle, Karen, Giselle, Ashley. Like, she's coming for everybody, right? So she should be the one filling out this card with haste to make amends, but she's not. So we start off with Ashley saying something positive to Wendy, whatever, not the purpose of the burn session. Candace saying something positive to Wendy, blah, 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 whatever, not the purpose of the burn session. Karen saying something positive to Candace saying something positive to Wendy, not the purpose of the burn session, but here we go. So we get to Mia, and Mia says, you've been unapproachable, you've been standoffish, you've been dismissive. And Wendy's like, thanks, no shade, but I'm gonna burn this one. Where was the accountability? Where was the, I acknowledge that, we moved on, thank you. But you know what? It's Wendy. Let's just let her have this moment, okay? Because everybody's jumping on her, right? When they have other topics they could have been discussing, but they're going to keep talking about Wendy, and that's fine. So now we're going to move on to, it gets around the table to Robin, and Robin is mad at Wendy from the previous episode, from the dance party. She didn't invite her to the family fun day. We'll talk about that. We're going to circle back to that. But so she gets in there and she's like, oh, I'm not really going to say nothing because, you know, if I don't have nothing nice to say, I'm not going to say nothing at all. But Karen chimes in. You didn't even really tell her why you mad. You just wrote something abstract on the paper. You know, tell her why you're really upset. So then Robin goes, well, because you need to stop telling people that I tried to fight you. I didn't try to fight you and nobody had to restrain me. Y'all, now, I love a good Bravo recap, rewind, whatever you want to call it. But we all saw what happened. We all watched it real time. We all saw what happened in the rewind. Okay, so Robin lying, or maybe she don't know it, because you know what they say, there's your truth, the other person's truth, and the actual truth that happened. But guess what's on camera, Robin Dixon? The actual truth that happened. So we saw Charisse hold you back. We saw her back you up, and then we saw you sit down and move on from actual physical contact. Not that you would have had it, but you was up and trying to get in her face, and somebody did have to push you back. So when Charisse answers the phone and she lies, what's she lying for? Maybe she don't remember, but she lied. But it's all good. So I can't wait for that moment at the reunion, and I hope Bravo brings those receipts, because sometimes Andy like to gloss over stuff and he don't be calling people out. But I hope he calls out Robin. So now I have to take my stance back on Miss Robin Dixon bringing the true tea, because there she go lying. Or maybe she didn't know what she was doing in the moment. But anyway, then Charisse lied on her behalf. So disaster. All right. So they leave. So Robin leaves. So it's just disaster. So Robin decides to leave. She gonna get up. She gonna go. She gonna sit in the van, because I know the winery was far, so it took them a minute to get there. And we all know Robin cheap. She's not gonna pay for an Uber back to her house. She gonna sit there and wait for that free transportation. So she's sitting in the car talking about everybody's shady, everybody's shady, everybody's shady. But ma'am, you left. Just say what you feeling and keep it moving. You're an adult and you've been on the season. You've been on the show for several seasons. Like, you're an adult. Let's move on. Keep it popping. That's it. But for some reason, when these ladies decide they don't like a person, they do everything they can to push the narrative that this person is unreasonable, just unnecessary. And it's the Green Eye Bandits that usually kick that off. So we'll see, Dr. Wendy, if you make it through. So hopefully you do, because I actually like you on the show. But I will say this, Dr. Wendy, if you ever see this, give us some more Nigerian parties. I know you're going to them. Give us some more. We love them. We love to see them. Then we get Giselle, who says why she's mad at Wendy, which, to be honest, it doesn't really make sense. Giselle attacks everybody. Giselle talks about everybody. Giselle started spreading rumors about Wendy's husband cheating. So Wendy clapped back. Wendy used her platform to clap back. That should be the end of it. I really can't say that Giselle's reasons for being mad at Wendy are valid. But like I said, when those two team up and decide they don't like somebody, then it becomes an issue for the whole group. What I like about this is Karen chimes in. Giselle, you are way too turned up for an intervention or for a situation where we all need to be having a come to Jesus moment. And Giselle tries to play it off like, oh, I'm just loud, I'm just talking, I'll just make sure everybody want to hear me. No, you being messy, you stirring the pot. You doing some Green Eye Bandit magic over there, because you have decided y'all don't like Wendy. Like, leave her alone so we can get some more Nigerian events. Okay, thank you. Representation matters. I'm not Nigerian, but I love a good Nigerian wedding. Let me just say that. So then Ashley, y'all know how I feel about Ashley. Messy boots, okay? Here she come. Messy dancing boots. I don't know. She needs to change her TikTok name to the mess. So the Desi, what is it? Messy dance? I don't know. She need to do something. But listen, she chimes in and she directs her attention on Candace. So she tries to bring up that Chris not only slid into her DMs, but her friend's DMs, and her friend felt uncomfortable. Then Mia chimes in, oh, Chris was watching me during the event too. Rewind. Chris wasn't watching Mia, but whatever. I personally, not that it matters, don't believe this narrative that they're spinning on Chris, right? But the way Candace is checking these girls left and right, left and right, left and right, I love it. Thank you. Stand by your man. She like, that's my man. I'ma stand beside him no matter what, okay? So until we see it on camera, y'all, I stand Chris and Candace. Y'all know this. Y'all been watching me. Listen, I stand them. I don't know them personally, but I'm gonna stand them to the end. I'm gonna stick beside them, okay? All right, I'm gonna give this episode a 10 out of 10. Okay, why? We got to see Candace and Ashley try to mend fences. We have some home footage of Candace. We got venue, travel to the venue in the van, and then we got full venue. And also we had the full cast together for an event, which is top tier, right? Shout out and honorable mention to the tulip picking, which I will be going to do in the spring. The farm was closed. I did try to go look at it and see, but again, put in the comments if there are anything you think I should do in the DMV. Actually, I'm kind of close to like Pennsylvania, Delaware, and West Virginia as well. So if there are any ideas of what you guys want to see me try, definitely suggest it. Let me know. But thank you guys for coming back again, and can't wait till next time. Can't wait to see you in the comments. Follow me on TikTok because I can go live now, and I will be doing some things over there. All right. Okay, bye.